Turns out, Superman has a second kryptonite, and it's not what you think. His appearance may have been brief, but it was more than enough time to put a colossal spin on his iconic arm reload and send audiences into a frenzy. Former Man of Steel Henry Cavill was given a coat of adamantium for one time only after appearing as a variant of Logan in Deadpool and Wolverine, aptly dubbed the Cavalrine.
Ha! Nice!
Wade Wilson drops in on the slightly burlier version of the legendary X-Man during his hunt for a replacement, finding this one working on his motorcycle and chewing on a cigar. But while it might have been a brief smoking session on screen, director Sean Levy revealed that Cavill was perhaps a little too dedicated to his craft after suffering severe stomach issues from chewing on that stogie all day. Speaking to the New York Times, Levy praised his surprise guest, recalling, "He not only had that pumped-up muscular body, but kept that cigar lit and in his mouth for the entirety of the shoot day." Unfortunately, the heavy smoking led to some issues, the director said. "I remember hearing the next day that Henry was sick to his stomach because he had been inhaling cigar smoke for 8 hours straight, but never once did he waver." One half of the titular team also gave Cavill props for taking on the part with such dedication, and even admitted that if Hugh Jackman ever had to be replaced, he knew just the man for the job. Ryan Reynolds echoed this sentiment in an interview with Collider, explaining that Cavill's brief cameo came about during a conversation about who would step in for Jackman if he couldn't, or wouldn't, reprise his role again. He said, "It was born of if I had to cast someone as Wolverine, and the guy who has made it canon in every way, shape, and form on-screen and off wasn't available for some reason, Henry Cavill." Levy explained to the same outlet that the idea came from Reynolds shortly after what he described as the, quote, Superman DC shuffling of the deck. Ultimately, the deal with Cavill didn't take much convincing, he said.
"The idea, the name, a text, and an answer, all in 15 minutes.
But while Cavill was eager to don the vest and shave the mustache, Reynolds was just happy to talk with him about it. He said, "Just the conversation with Henry was fun. It's one of the few cameos that's a real cameo. The other ones are surprises or people who have a reason to be there. He was a great sport. We love Henry, and I'll do anything for him to pay that forward." Could that mean a return of the Cavalrine? Well, it's a big multiverse out there after all. With the X-Men's arrival almost imminent and potential trips in and out of different realities with the likes of Avengers Secret Wars, there's no reason for his version not to make a return, particularly given that there are stories in Marvel Comics that would allow it. One such tale that's still ongoing as of this writing goes by the name of Weapon X-Men, which features Logans from across the multiverse uniting against a common threat and will see Claws of all varieties slice up the competition. Besides Old Man Logan being on the roster, the team effort also includes scary Wolverines like the one from Age of Apocalypse and a new one by the name of Jane Howlett. If they were to ever adapt this tale of metal and murderous rampages, throwing the Cavalrine into the mix wouldn't be that wild of an idea and would be a draw for audiences. For now, we can only relish in the possibility that there's a reality out there where a Wolverine resembling our old Superman is slicing and dicing his way through any poor bub that crosses him.